Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa. If you are new here, your favorite problematic housewife. Today we're doing another video on the Dad Challenge podcast and this whole essay cover-up saga that we all have been following. Now, I told you in the last video that he did a response to the video showing his words, admitting to covering up an SA of a child. Then we found out that he went back and edited the clip out of his original video. Why would he do that if he had nothing to hide? And I also have a few more clips to show you and prove that he did definitely know. So a channel called lollz, please go subscribe to their channel. They just got their channel going. They're doing amazing work, amazing content. They found some clips. Another channel called Hello DCP and Monkeys is doing amazing work, bringing awareness. Both of the channels are really good. They're constantly finding clips, and we got a lot of people in this group working tirelessly to bring awareness to the Dad Challenge podcast and how nasty and horrible he is. So I will link both those channels down below. I'm going to show you a few clips and I have a few thoughts, so let's get into it.
I want to do a quick video. This is going to be like a few minutes max about a story I did yesterday in Hillsong and talked about my church. And of course, you know, I said something that people went just bananas. They're going to make all my haters going to make all the videos they can make about it. So I just want to get out ahead so that you guys can hear with my words what actually happened with this meeting at my church. I don't know if I was not clear. I guess not, because people were freaking out. Oh, the meeting comes down. They say, hey, this guy did this thing. I don't even to this day know what it was. They just said it was inappropriate and it's been dealt with.
So I wanted to show this comment that he made after his response video. Honestly, it could have been anything. A bad joke, an inappropriate conversation, a hug without consent, or a full-blown essay. Now let's take a look at some clips from other videos on his channel where he definitely knew an essay happened.
There was a youth leader in our church, an adult youth leader, male, okay? Nobody at that church to this day probably knows this, but he essayed a student, okay? Was asked to step down. We sat down at a leadership meeting, okay, where the lead pastor, no, the executive pastor, the guy who was supposed to sell the shit, because then the lead pastor can have, plausible deniability, okay, where he said, look, this went down in this leadership meeting, told all the staff that this had happened, but he essayed a student. It was shitty shit to a lot of people, and it happens a lot. Look at the Catholic Church, and the covered up all the priests. That's not just Catholic, that's Christian. That happened in my church. There was a youth leader who did something, and they just said, keep it silent. Don't talk to the media. Don't say anything, right? Then they're not going to fire you for no reason unless you do something terrible. And this church has a history of other pastors, and there's like been some sexual assaults and abuses and stuff that they keep quiet. And when there was one in my time there, a youth leader did something to a teenage girl, I think it was. They had a big emergency giant meeting with the executive pastor, who's the guy that's like, nobody speak to the media, nobody say anything. If anybody asks you, you call us. Don't say a word to anybody.
Again, subscribe to lollz. They did great work finding more clips on his channel. As you guys can see, these are different videos of him talking about this incident of SA. He clearly knew and pushed the narrative that an SA happened. And now he's completely backtracking and trying to cover up his tracks. And he's talked about this multiple times. So I don't want anyone coming to my fucking comments telling me I'm a liar, because he has told this story many, many times. Now I'm going to play a clip, and it might explain a little bit why he's freaking out right now, because since we have caught on to this and we are spreading the word, I think he's scared of the repercussions from the church, and I'm going to show you why right now.
Unless you give me this, we're going to a human rights tribunal. And my lawyer and everybody was like, don't do it. I met with a couple of ex-elders who left the church because they just didn't like the way the elders, and this is a narrative here.
You guys heard that, right? I wanted to show this clip because he was talking about when he was in the meeting, when he was getting fired, he was negotiating with them and said, unless you give me this, we're going to human rights activists. We're going to expose you pretty much. He knew about the essay. He knew about all the dirty, grimy things that this church was doing. All he cared about was money and getting what he wanted out of them before he got fired. He was literally negotiating and threatening to expose them if they didn't give him what he wants. That is the kind of person this dude is. And he tells on himself. These are his words. If he was, in the know about an essay and he didn't say anything the first time, why didn't he bring it up in this meeting? Oh, I think he did. Except I think he was willing to keep it quiet to get what he wanted before he left.
A couple of these elders that left, left because the elders were in a position to change, and they said this, they were in a season of uncorrectness or incorrecting. They would not correct, meaning the executive pastor was supposed to go years ago, but because the lead pastor and the executive...
This is the pastor that wanted to cover up a child's essay and probably many more children's essay. And some of the elders actually decided, hey, we're leaving because this is too much. Josh didn't leave, though. He got fired, and he sat there and negotiated over this disgusting stuff to get what he wanted out of it. Now take a look at this very, very interesting clip.
Executive pastor were elders and voting elders. There's no way they're going to vote themselves out. It's like politicians. They always vote for their own raises. There's no way these are going to vote themselves to be fired, right? And so they were in the season of incorrectness. And these very powerful, very smart, very dedicated people left the church because they're like, I can't be a part of this anymore. But they even told me, don't do this. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get dirty. Everything's going to come out. I'm like, let it come out. I've got nothing to hide. I was fired legally. I did my job. More than most people, worked more hours than I told you guys. A conservative estimate of like 675 hours of overtime that I worked. Okay, conservative estimate. So, the ball's rolling in this thing.
Like I said, he was not concerned with exposing this church until he got fired. Once he got fired, that's when he decided he wanted to expose all of this. He is a grimy motherfucker. He doesn't care about morals or about what's right or about children getting assaulted. He only cares about himself, his money. He's a greedy, disturbed, creepy fucking guy that will do anything to get ahead.
And so I just wanted to play a little bit of the recording, just my voice, so you know that I'm not faking that I have this recording. And here's the reason why I'm not going to play the recording, because I'm pretty sure when I signed, when we finally came to an agreement in the end, that the thing that I signed, and this is one thing that really bugged me, is that, and we'll get into that a little bit future, but my lawyer said, I made sure that through my lawyer that I am not signing an NDA. We'll never sign it because I want to tell my story. And so they said, okay, we're going to have to sign an NDA. But apparently what I signed, and they slipped it in there, was that I can't release anything from my time there. So it's a little bit of a legal gray area, to be honest with you, about what happened during my time there. Because at this point in the meeting, I was fired. So technically, I think that I wasn't working there anymore. But I'm going to play you just...
That right there, people, that is why Josh is shaking in his freaking boots right now. Because he thought this whole time that he has gotten away with spilling the secrets of the church while he was there. He signed an agreement stating that he would not expose anything from his time there. And I don't believe this is just my opinion. I think he knowingly signed it because he had gotten what he wanted. So he agreed to keep the nasty cover-ups and things that they were doing secret. But then he decided, hey, I can capitalize on this even more. Not only did I get what I want from this church that fired me, I'm going to bring it to YouTube. And I'm going to talk about it and get views and clicks and money exposing the church now that I didn't care enough to expose before. This is what I'm saying, guys. He's a piece of garbage. But now that this is getting traction and we have realized what he's been doing, admitting to covering up this essay, now he's scared because people are talking about it. The word is spreading. People have contacted his church and showed that. And he is scared he is going to get sued. Straight up. That is one of the reasons, in my opinion, why he's backtracking and deleting the clip from his original video If you go back and watch it, it's gone. But guess what? We have it in videos. It's never going to be gone. And there's no way he'll be able to take down every single place that that clip is playing. His ego and arrogance have let him down yet again. He thought he was going to have this cool, popular series exposing modern churches, exposing all the dirty secrets of the church. And while doing that, he exposed his damn self. He can't get out of this. He's disgusting. He's even grosser than I thought. And I hope more people speak up about this. I really do. Creators are talking about it. Radiant Brit did a video. lollz did a video. DCP and Monkeys is doing videos. Even my husband, Dean, hack of all trades, I will leave his channel below, is starting to cover Josh. And all I can say is good luck, because you really don't want to be on his radar. He doesn't play by the same rules that a lot of us do in commentary, because he doesn't really consider himself a commentary channel. But he does like to go after predators and really nasty people. So if he's talking about you, you must be really bad. And plus, Josh and his stans have relentlessly targeted me. So it was only a matter of time before my husband noticed and started talking about it. So yeah, there's that. It's getting talked about. It is exposed. And he had this stuff on his channel, but he has so many videos. It's like people don't catch this stuff. We can only catch so much. And I am so glad that this is out now and he cannot backtrack. So please let me know down below what you guys think, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.